YouTube. It's your boy River Levi.
Boy, 45000.
Hey, listen, man, we got a treat for y'all today, man. I know y'all hear about all these prison stories, prison killings, dealing with officers, the food, the housing, everything else, man. But what we got for y'all today, man, is something that people really don't talk about, man. And to me, this is the worst thing about prison for me.
What?
I don't know about you, but for me,
hair stand up.
what's the worst thing about prison, man? Cause they ain't tell me about this shit, bro. These prisons is haunted, bro. And we gonna tell you about one of the most haunted prisons in the state of Florida, man. And that's FSP, man. And what makes it one of the most haunted prisons in Florida, man. Also, the stuff we seen, the stuff we felt, the stuff we went through while we was there, man, to confirm it, man.
Ghost type shit.
And everybody, cause people say they seen little kids walking around, like ghost kids, ghost women
at male prison camps. Why would children but we'll break that down.
And so what through both of us, like, my man, cause we seen some of these things too. We wondered, like, what could these ghostly things come from, man? Like, from where? And I think at least some of them, if not majority of them, was actually these people that was put on death row and actually killed in the execution chamber at Florida State Prison in Rayford, the same camp we was at, the same execution chamber where he was at. Now he was put on death row, I think, but he used to work down there, and the same place I was housed in confinement at, underneath these death row people, in the same building with this execution chamber, man. A quick backdrop: back in the days, man, before all these executions was done at FSP, it was like done in all these separate counties to kill their own inmates by like literally hanging them out there in public. But then they switched it in like 1923, man. They was like, no more of that. That's humane, that's inhumane and cruel. So we're gonna kill all these people at this one camp in this same building, man. Just let all these spirits just haunt this one little building, man.
FSP. It was called Florida State Farm.
Florida State State Farm.
In the beginning.
Florida State Prison. And back in 1923, inmates just like me and him had to carve out this electric chair.
Had to build it.
Out of oak. And the first person that was killed in the Florida State Prison was Frank Johnson, man, a dude from Jacksonville, man. It won't tell me why.
24, I think.
1924. It won't tell us why he was killed and for what he did, but most likely he was a murderer. And another thing is, what people like to say, these ghost hunters and these haunted people, is that the reason why a lot of these prisons are also haunted because people that killed these innocent people, they spirits haunt them. And so why these spirits haunting them, guess who else they're getting haunted with them?
The innocent bodies,
man. Like,
I can't even say innocent bodies.
I want innocent, but what?
Y'all know.
But anywho, man, let's get into it. First of all, let's talk about one of the dudes who I really feel like, and he feel like too, that was actually haunting Florida State Prison death chamber area, and that's Jesse Tafero, man.
Jesse Tafero, ooh, it was a crazy situation with him, right? So like, him and his lady and their homeboy and their two kids, right? They were driving on the highway in Florida. Two deputies pull them over. Rhodes, Jesse homeboy, killed the police.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. That don't come out till after they execute him.
So, Tafero, let me get this right. I read it about two.
Jesse Tafero, yeah.
He got sentenced for the killing of this police officer.
Both of them.
But he didn't do it. Killed two police officers.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it.
Did not do it at all. An innocent man was executed for a crime he did not do in 1990.
And this is at Florida State Prison now.
Florida State Prison.
And Rhodes, but after he got killed, years later, Rhodes came out and I can say he felt guilty.
4 years later, that man finally came out and was like, hey man, I was the one that really had killed the police. You know what I'm saying? Really what happened was, they wasn't talking at first. And then Rhodes was saying, I didn't do it, blase swaze. Rhodes, when the police ended up hunting them down, because Rhodes was like, let's get out of here, this and that. You know, they were scared for their life. Rhodes forced them to take the gun, or basically threatened to kill him too. So when the police caught up with him, bruh had the gun on him. It was gunpowder in his hand now because it was gunpowder on the gun.
And he got sentenced for that.
Yeah, he got sentenced for that, man.
And listen to this now. What make me feel like, both of us feel like, this is one of the bodies that's still haunting Florida State Prison, not just because he's still housed there. His dead body is still there in the grave that FSP got, the prison grave site.
Because that cemetery's still on that property.
this was the first ever. When they got that screw in the 90s?
1990.
So from the 24 up into the 90s, this was the first ever malfunction.
Botched. That's
Botched.
the technical term.
Whatever you want to call it, of the electric chair. Because when he got electrocuted, when they put that helmet on him, his whole head caught flames.
They cut it off while he was on fire. Put him out. He bleeding. This man's still alive.
Still alive.
Guess what they do? Turn it back on.
Hit him again. Because I believe he was trying to let him know that, hey, listen, I really didn't do that. So why y'all killing me? So it wasn't really his time to go. So he was forced to go. So his body might have went. Let's get on to Alan Lee Davis, bro. This is Alan Lee Davis. He was executed back in 1999 in this same death chamber, in this same chair, bro. But one thing about Alan Lee Davis, this dude, he actually wasn't innocent. Not that I really know, but from what the reports we read, he wasn't innocent. He killed a woman that was 3 months pregnant. He killed her 5-year-old daughter and her 9-year-old daughter, bro.
This will make you think like this how them female ghosts was there, you feel me? Because them ghosts was haunting his behind, bro.
Yeah, and the dude, he was like literally, how they say, he was state recognized as schizophrenic and crazy for real. Like he was possessed by something where they like, no, he was crazy. So during his execution, when they hit the switch, they kill him. He frying, you know what I'm saying? He roasting. His nose just start to bleed like crazy. They say like his nose start bleeding. So they say he was dead. They up the switch. Okay, he's dead. But people in the crowd who witnessed this said, no, that's a live man still in that chair.
And you could fact check that.
Fact check that. But the people who was right beside him while he was getting roasted was like, no, he's dead. They're like, no, he's alive.
Yeah.
So what was they seeing sitting in that chair, bruh?
Cause them people seen his spirit, his ghost.
That's what we think.
People close to him just seen the
no,
body.
Man, check that post. He's out. And they buried that man because he was actually dead. But they're like, no. We know what we seen. We seen somebody alive still sitting in that chair with nose full of blood and just giving us a look like, yeah, I'm still here. And that's...
FSP haunted, man. You can't tell me. I seen ghosts.
What about the most famous chick? One of the most famous chicks ever killed at FSP.
And y'all might already know her. They got a Netflix special on her. She from Florida, man. Aileenwuornos.
Something like that.
Aileenwuornos. I think that's how you pronounce her name.
Yes, sir.
She was a prostitute. Supposedly, she got raped, right? Prostitute got raped. She was smashing truckers and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Real crazy stuff. But went to killing them and robbing them and stuff. Go check out the Netflix special, man.
Yeah, man, she was a prostitute up and down the Florida highways. I can't really pinpoint exactly where, but it's the Florida highways. She says she got raped 6 times by 6 different dudes, or at least attempted rape. So she robbed them and killed all 6 of them. That's what she got convicted for. But before she died, she came out and said, you know what? I killed one more. I'm already dead, so I killed one more. She was the first woman that was considered a serial killer in America. And she was killed there in that same death chamber. And then you got the second other chick that ever been killed there was Judy Goodyear. She killed her husband. A couple years later, she killed her son. Years later, she tried to kill her boyfriend. And then she came out and admit that she killed somebody else. So they roasted her there too.
And this the other Black Widow.
Other Black Widow. Ted Bundy was killed there.
Ted Bundy, crazy behind.
And you got...
I actually got to see his cell, bruh. So what they don't tell you about FSP is they got an underground tunnel that goes from FSP all the way to Union.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? These are two camps with death rows, right? So...
They house them. Union house them. FSP house them. But they all get killed at FSP.
Yeah. So... It was a long tunnel. We had to go down there for a bunch of mats and stuff. They had a over excessive amount of mats that were messed up, dirty, but we had to get a bunch of mats, right? So they open the door. We go downstairs. I'm like, what the heck are we in? Officer go to explain that we're in a tunnel. It goes all the way to Union. This is where they kept a lot of serial killers. Ted Bundy was down here. Like, it's a tunnel in Florida, underground.
From one prison to the next.
And it's literally like bars. All the cells are bars, so I can go up to the cell next to me and reach through it and grab him if he's close enough. For real, you see stray jackets, all types of stuff down there, bro. That was crazy.
So, well, I'm going to tell you something that I experienced myself. when I was at FSP. I already told you how I went to confinement for whatever. But it took me from the FSP West unit and took me to the main unit. And the confinement literally sit right under the death row housing. In the same exact building where the execution chamber is at. You know what I'm saying? So they throw me in this cell.
3 levels to each wing. Death row on the top and middle one. The box confinement where he was at the bottom. Like a fucking dungeon.
I want to say it was like 16 cells lined up. But at this time, they only have 4 inmates down there, bro. Me right in the middle, somebody else close to the middle, and 2 on the end. You know what I'm saying?
And the police will kill you back
They
here,
kill
bro.
you, but
they do not care, man. The police will kill you.
That didn't scare me most or hurt me the most or nothing. What got me the most was my first night in confinement. They got this room pitch dark. It's the old school cells with the bars. You got to swing back and forth, and it's real loud when you clank it. Little small cell and blase, whatever. So boom, this is on everything. I ain't even capping. You know what I'm saying? Do I believe in spirits and the supernatural? I believe it exists, I just don't feed into it. You know what I'm saying? I try to turn a blind eye to it and just keep moving, but it's around. I believe it's around.
Something going on.
Something going on, but this night for sure, bro, I'm sitting in my bunk. I'm really thinking about, damn, how I done messed up. I'm in confinement again. They terrorized me. I ain't got no clothes. I'm cold as hell in this bitch. Boom, boom, and it's pitch dark. It's pitch dark. No light. You've been there before. You know how dark it is.
Yeah.
And I tell you, no cap, bro. When I look up at my bars, it was like standing not on the inside or the outside, but like an apparition in the bars of a full-grown man. His shadow was so dark, I seen the outline in the darkness. So I stood up. I'm like, damn, is that an officer or what? Because it's so dark. My eyes done adjusted, but I'm like, I know I can't be seeing a spirit right now. On everything I love, bro, is just walk off. I'm like, man, what the fuck with no footstep noise? Listen, and this wing dead quiet. You gonna hear the thump, thump, thump. No footstep noise. No nothing, bro. It sent the chills and the hairs up my spine, and I tell you, no cap. Eugene, if you can find Eugene, or Eugene, you watching this, that same, right, like a couple minutes later, Eugene scream out, oh, man, son just touched me, bro. Son just touched me. I'm like, man, what the fuck going on, bro? Long story short, I guess no sleep.
I bet you did.
I'm up the whole night. All 4 of us on the wing up the whole night just talking like, hey, bro, don't go to sleep, bro. I'm like, we not, bro. Just keep talking to each other. We gonna be straight.
Little P would have came out, bro.
We're terrified, and we can't go nowhere. So we just talk to each other like, bro, don't go pretty much try to comfort each other like, bro, we gonna get through this together, but don't worry about it, bro. And you got dudes upstairs that's on the death row screaming down, man, y'all pussy ass niggas, man, y'all scary as fuck. They ain't gonna hurt y'all, bro. They straight, bro. I'm like, man, fuck y'all death row ass niggas, bro. I'm scared for real, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
I'm gonna tell you about my encounter at FSP main unit. So I ended up start working on the wax squad. Wax squad work the worst night hours, bruh. They come get you at midnight and you work to sometimes 6 in the morning type stuff, you feel me? But it's the only time you can really wax the floors where there ain't a lot of activity, officers walking back and forth and stuff. So when you come down the wings, the hallway is a long hallway. It's a door to the right. You go on the door, it's stairs that go down, and these are all stairs too, but they're used as bleachers, right? Because it's a basketball court that you're walking down onto. As soon as you walk down to the basketball court, straight to the left is a long hallway. A long hallway on this wall. When you first enter the hallway, it's a bathroom, right? In the middle of the hallway is a shower. This shower is so haunted. Paul, while we watching this video, I already know you. I know you. You know what I'm saying? This, I'm telling you, this is haunted for real. So when you walk down the hallway, it's already a long, dark hallway, but the shower don't have a door on it, and it's like a room, but it's just a bunch of showers all the way around the room. You feel me? But it's pitch black, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We used to do some green ass stuff, bro. We had a little skinny young white boy come up there. He was part of the wax squad. We don't push him in there and all, bro. Man, panicking, freak. Every time you walk past it, bro, your hair stand up on you. Every time, bro, just feels like something's just staring at you from in that shower. But the wax squad office all the way at the end of this hallway, so we gotta walk past it every night, bro. Every night. So we in the hallways one time, right? Waxing the floors. They'll do the code red, which means the officers coming down there with the big vest on and the helmets, and because they're gonna go beat the inmate up, right? But when they do that, we gotta get out the hallway and go into the basketball court, you feel me, the gym. So they like, go, Ray, go, Ray, go. So we run, go into the gym, right? We're sitting on the bleachers. I'm standing up talking to a couple of them like, this crazy, bro. The officers really be killing the inmates, blah, blah, blah. I was just talking to them, you know what I'm saying? While I'm talking to them, I look down the hallway to the I know I seen something or felt something. I don't know what it was, because I'm just having a conversation. I'm talking to them, Paul talking to me. I look over there, I look back, right? But I saw everything I love, bro. I seen like some big behind shadow, and it's just standing there, like the silhouette, just standing in the hallway. The wax squad office, the light is on, but the door is cracked open, so only a little light is shining. So I just seen something, but when I looked back, it was nothing there. But the way I look, everybody in front of me is like, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? What, bro? What? Cause we already know this shit haunted for real, bro. So back in like the 60s and 70s and stuff, it used to be open population. They will, it wasn't confinement and all that stuff on every wing. When they open them cell doors, everybody can move around freely to the gym, to the library, all that stuff. The only thing is, they said every single day inmates was dying. Inmates was stabbing other inmates in this gym because they got a stage on the other side of the basketball court, but it got 2 short walls. So it's like 20 feet by 20 feet, bro, of area on both sides that's ducked off. The police can't see. The police that still work there, it's an old officer that worked on the wing, was like, when I first started working here, the number one rule was never to go down that hallway, never to step foot in that bathroom.
I heard about
officers was getting killed and like.
I heard about that hallway.
You know what I'm saying? For real, bro.
What about when we seen the exorcism ourselves? Your boy T and J.
Oh man.
So I don't know why T was in prison.
Shout out to T, man. T from Miami too.
Yeah, he was a cool dude, but I'm not finna cap. T used to smoke a drug called K2, which was synthetic weed. We seen plenty of folks what they call gook out, thwack out, or whatever, go crazy smoking this drug, but never like this. We in FSP, we in J-dorm together, and everybody in that dorm could vouch, man. This man literally was laying in his bunk, bro. Just went to shaking crazy, contorting all crazy, and kept screaming out, Jesus, I promise I'll never do it again. Saying that he was sorry for doing something to somebody.
Remember Fred, his monkey?
Yeah.
Property orderly? Mm-hmm. All you hear is boom, 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 boom. T was banging on his bed at first.
It was something he did. He kept confessing to, but apologizing for it. You know what I'm saying? Like a spirit got into him and made him confess all these sins he did, which was like,
bruh, this man was screaming like the craziest screams, telling Jesus to not let him be dragged to the gates of hell, bro.
Exactly
like was screaming this, bro.
Jesus, please.
I'm talking about begging for his soul to be, bruh. That was the craziest.
And we sit here watching. I can see like a force put, like I can see something like.
At first, when we heard the banging though, we just thought him and his bunkie was fighting, because you hear Fred. Fred's not even on that type of time. Fred was like, T, calm down. T, chill out. T, calm down. When that officer cut that light on, and we seen that man over there like shaking and bruh.
So calming him down.
The dude that slept next to me from Daytona, bruh, don't believe in God, religion, none of this stuff. This man leaned over to me and said, bruh, I swear to God, I'm going to that chapel in the morning,
bro. Gotta get right, bro. It's crazy, bro. And on top of that,
that was a crazy night, bro. I forgot all about that.
Not me.
And T didn't come back for like 3 days.
Yeah, he was gone for a while.
They threw him in the cell. They say he spit on the police. They did all types of stuff, but he really like didn't. He was like normal 3 days later. In the box, ain't know he kept catching charges and stuff. I ain't even know it, bro.
Yeah. I just work at the gravesite at FSP. Like they got a cemetery just for all the inmates that got killed in prison and nobody want to claim the body, and also for all the inmates who got put on death row and killed and still got their bodies there, bro. Like literally, bro. You know how like the graves, bro. I don't want to talk about the grave site, bro, because that used to fuck me up. Just let me let you know. I seen the tip of one of the oldest coffins and dead bodies there, bro. Tip of his coffin poking out the ground. That's how old the grave was, how unkept it was. All the dirt was just sunk in. And I'm weeded and going backwards, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get it around the tombstone, which is a cement block with the license plate. And I fell into that, but man, what the fuck? I'm in somebody's grave, bro. And somebody, we gotta tell him about another one. I'm surprised you ain't talking about Buddy. What the name was? Giuseppe? Talk about Giuseppe, man. I know you like him.
Giuseppe, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's like Zangara or something like that. Giuseppe. He was actually the quickest execution ever, bro. Cause usually I think the average is like you on death row for like 20 something years. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This man was on death row for 32 days.
Get rid of
and they killed him. He tried to assassinate Franklin Roosevelt. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
But he missed and hit the mayor of Chicago.
Yeah.
That's who he hit. But
and they got rid of him 32 days.
The reason why that came to my head, because I seen Buddy Grave. I remember when he said the name Giuseppe. I'm like, Giuseppe. Yeah. I'm funny, called me some Giuseppe. I'm thinking it's the dude who made the shoe Giuseppe's.
Yeah.
I ain't know who's in there. All right.
But that's you know, FSP. You gonna hear about him.
You
gonna hear about that, man.
But listen, YouTube, man. We got more for y'all. Next week, we got another haunted camp that we been to called Jefferson CI. Alright, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, fact check. Everything we talked about, there's gonna be links down below. You can go fact check it. Stay prayed up, stay safe, stay out of prison.